Alright, I'm gonna try out something new here, which is that I'm gonna, well, basically, um, I'm going to draw up the Ark plans as we go and explain how I'm thinking together with Sky that we're gonna run this Ark. So first of all, we are on the blue side, which kind of messes up the whole plan I planned out and drawn up because we're on the opposite side. But bear with me here. So first of all, we're gonna split into three teams. We're gonna have a middle team and a top team and a bottom team. The top team is gonna be defensive as the focus, and obviously the middle team is gonna be tasked with carrying the arc, and the bottom team is going to be a very offensive team where basically we're going to make the biggest push there and try to get the upper hand so we can help the other teams later on. If we start with the middle team, which is absolutely the most simple one, we're going to just walk across here in a, I think it's going to be about 6 players. We'll walk across over here, trying to set up a defensive perimeter on the opposite far end side of the valley. This is how I indicate a defensive perimeter, this kind of a move. Obviously, the dotted lines are your route to take. However, when I draw dots, I'm not trying to say go exactly this route. It's, move up along this line. It's nothing specific. If I want to be specific, I'm going to make an arrow with a full line to indicate you have to go this route through this structure or whatever. But obviously, you jolly this way, one of you grab the outpost of I said or whatever. Move up here, take defensive perimeter, and just wait for the arc to pop and then carry back wherever you see fit. Here comes in an important play. So the group leader, whoever that will be designated, will have the important task of basically calling in extra support if needed. So let's say that there's 4 minutes left for the arc to pop. The opponents, you currently have control here. Otherwise, you would have already asked for support, obviously. Let's say that the opponents are moving in here. They're coming in towards you as the arc is about to unlock. 4 minutes into the arc opening, the group leader sees this happening and makes a rough estimate and says, "We need help." So what the team leader does is either go in and yell on voice or place a marker over here or do both and say, "We need backup right now." The top team over here and the bottom team over here, given that we are the blue side over here, they will, because of this, dispatch immediate support. We're going to launch over here, and over here we're going to launch 1 minute rallies targeting the opposite obelisks. As the rally marches, it's a 1 minute prep time. Obviously, we're going to do calves, mobility. You can target a city. That's a better option if there is a city around the obelisk to target. Mind you that if the obelisk is disputed, the city might not be there anymore and cancel. So be wise when you pick your target. Is the city burning or not? If the city's there, you just target it. Otherwise, target the obelisk. The rally will march through this arena and down towards this obelisk, right? Instead of marching all the way, we cancel here. And on the other side, cancel here. If we now targeted cities instead of obelisk and we filled the rally, we just brought down 4 million cavalry units in 1.5 minutes, acting field support to help carry the arc. For that reason, this is the center team's way of getting more support. It all depends on the team leader being responsive and basically reading the situation and say, "We need more people." If you got it under cover or under control, you should definitely not ask for support, since this is Even if it's a good maneuver, it's going to render the. We're going to pull 8 million calves from the other fronts. So it's way better if we can do it like this. Assuming now that the leader did not do an assessment in time or did a bad assessment and they actually managed to take the Ark, another option is for the obelisk to rally the target they're carrying the Ark to. So let's say that we're yet again the obelisk over here, and the enemy is trying to carry the Ark to the closest outpost of Seth. So what you should be doing at this point is rallying this obelisk. You will most likely not go through the Ark Valley. The rally is going to march this route. This is the shortest route. I do think coming from the other end, you might actually take the route through the valley, but I'm not sure. Either way, both sides should try and do this, and whoever gets there first, good. This is not going to be a big rally. I think it's 400, 500K that we can dispatch like this because of the limit depending on the target of the rally. Let's say it's 500K. Your rally is going to march away here, 500K calves. The goal here is not to capture the Ark from them in the field. They're going to have field support. The goal is to capture the target of the Ark. Take that one. Whoever joined your rally should have a strong march, which is not the quickest march, but the strongest march. Walk out, try and take the Ark, and snatch it in. This is an emergency plan to capture the Ark, but a good move if you can pull it off. It's probably going to work once before they understand what the hell you're doing. Obviously, these two can be combined. So let's say that this obelisk, they do their move correctly here. The other one is a bit late. They cancel their rally designated towards the Ark, and instead they go towards the target backup plan. This said, we got field support coming in here, and then we can grab the structure and move in from behind as well, making it really hard for them to keep the Ark. Obviously, it's not very likely we end up in this scenario facing the group we're in, but later on, when we're facing a stronger group, it's very likely that we'll have to do one of these saves. So that is the middle team in short. If you're not part of the middle team, then let's see. Let's do the top team right now. I'm going to keep the middle team drawn out here to kind of create some kind of overlay here. But that's enough for the middle team. Let's do the top team. So top team, you're going to be purple here. Top team, we would want you to basically, walk up in a sorted line towards the obelisk. We will have a designated person place the garrison here in this obelisk. This will be described in text later. As soon as you grab this obelisk, possibly we'll make it a rally straight away. So we get a set garrison that the garrison commander starts to rally with the right unit type. Garrison is set. As soon as that's done, these basically everyone in this team move up here, grab these two structures with also designated garrison commanders, and then set up a defensive perimeter. This defensive perimeter is vital to the game plan, and it cannot fall. We can't be pushed back here. If we are, it's going to fall because we're going to have to lose the punch that we're coming with on the bottom here. Basically, the defensive perimeter will be a full garrison structure and several queues, probably of other unit types, acting as field support. If someone is coming in towards you here and it's not a rally, don't engage. I mean, what are they going to do? They can chase you all they want. Swarm them if you got a big upper hand, but otherwise just run away from them. I mean, what are they going to do? Kill themselves on the structure? What we're looking out for, and we're hopefully going to have Overwatch when needed, is a rally. If they launch a rally towards the structure, well, then it's up for the group leader to decide whether you should swarm the rally or focus on reinforcing the structure. Make counter rallies, whatever is needed. This is the vital zone that needs to be held. every structure should have a full garrison with a good garrison commander or garrison captain, so that we are prepared whenever an attack comes. We don't want to run about here trying to defend and end up trying to defend two places and we can't hold either. Everything needs to hold. However, as soon as we have this set, and this is probably very likely since we're facing smaller opponents now, but later on it's going to be a matter of experience for the group leader to decide. This zone, I want this zone called the kill zone. There's going to be one designated person, it's going to be 3 designated people, big people with good rally commanders in the top team that will basically create a barrage of death hitting all the structures in this area. And by structures, I also include cities when able to. So basically these 3 people will be tasked with continuously scouting, finding weak points. What are they not defending as well as the others? Let's say the Sky Altar is not very well defended because they pulled back troops to launch a rally towards the Shrine of Life, whatever. What's going to happen is that person A over here, big person A, launches a rally on the Sky Altar. Doesn't necessarily have to be full, but try to be as efficient as possible. Help each other out, work with 3 different unit types on your 3 rallies. So, for example, let's say we have OP doing archer rallies. That's his specialty. Then everybody knows OP is doing archers, and you have it designated. So 3 people doing 3 different types of rallies. And focus on the structures. Don't even try to hold it. This is not the objective. This is a defensive strategy where we're counter-rallying all the time. We're trying to keep them on the defensive so we don't have to take too much heat in the zone we want to hold. Basically, if they rally, then rally the rally instead. As soon as it marches, they're in the zone of death. Kill everything in this zone. And this also includes field support, of course. I mean, if everything's clear over here and they're walking about over here and you're doing a rally, I mean, walk up and hit them. But make sure there's always a significant amount of troops to cover here. Don't take your own initiative to walk into the zone of death unless you're joining a rally. That is up for the team leader to decide. People standing by the Desert Altar, you can push up and try and take the Shrine of War, assist the rally. Something of that sort. This is what we want to pull off. So defensive perimeter, and then just a barrage, a hail of rallies going back and forth, keeping them bouncing back and forth here. So they're too busy either trying to fend you off or retake the structures that they can't really push towards you. I mean, it's going to be, if this works, it's going to be a bit boring standing on the line here, but it's going to work out later. You're going to get your points. Don't worry. Now for the big part of the plan. This is a very offensive move that will not at all work if we're facing a really big, like a bigger alliance than we are. But for smaller alliances or possibly equally sized, this will work just fine. First of all, we will have a large amount of people walking up towards the obelisk here. As an initial step, a few of those people, all T4s, are going to put T4 infantry in my city. That's Soul Collector. So in my city, T4 infantry, just for a later usage. Reinforce me with that. Fill up my city. They're going to be used for a rally later. We walk up and grab this obelisk, right? These people then, a few might continue and a few might go all the way here and continue further. You are going to walk over to the Shrine of War over here and take that one and set up defensive perimeter. Yay. Same kind of philosophy as the top side. Make sure it holds. All right. One person will be designated to be the garrison captain. That person will hold it at all costs and make sure that you move up troops whenever it's needed to change garrison if needed. Counter rally if needed. Hold it at all costs. They cannot push us back here in the initial stage. At the same time, As soon as the obelisk, which by the way I will garrison. I'll mark myself with blue here. Or rather, I'll do red so it's clear to see. As soon as this obelisk is under control, I will teleport up next to it, and I will dispatch a full infantry rally on this obelisk. I'll get back to this rally, but here is where the people that reinforce my city come into play. Obviously, you guys will be joining the rally. The people that walked up will also try and join the rally, those of you available. But we're bringing a full city full of troops just in case we don't have enough people around. Now, for the greater part of the plan, this is pretty standard. With the exception of this group forming, we will also have a specified group of 4 to 5 really strong T5 players walking on the same kind of line up towards the obelisk, not moving into it or anything, and then basically moving behind everything, staying out of sight. You'll grab the Sky Altar on the way because you're 4 or 5 big T5 players. You're going to have 20 to 25 queues of full T5. You can swarm anything unless they rallied it and put in a massive garrison. Swarm it, don't hold it. Take this one, move on. Here, you set up a defensive perimeter. This is something you do right off the bat. So you're basically constantly walking. You don't even have to have all 20 queues hitting it if it's not too occupied. You can scout it. Leave one queue, they might not even have gotten here before it opens. Keep on walking, grab the Shrine of Life. That one you can garrison. Set up a kind of a defensive perimeter, but not, hold it until you die. If you have to, pull back. Don't take too heavy casualties, but try and stay in this area over here. Because there's a greater plan behind it. So, as green team gets into position, I will have launched my rally over here. As my rally dispatches, you will for sure already have reached the Shrine of Life because there's a 3-minute counter on the obelisk before I can even teleport in. As soon as my rally dispatches, we're going to make a massive pincher. So when my rally launches, I will say go. Green team, move up with all your queues. And I'm estimating we're going to be about 10 people here with 4 to 5 queues. We're talking 40 to 50 queues, T4s and T5s. I don't give 2 shits about the garrison. Just leave one garrison captain in, whoever was garrison captain and designated for it. Every other queue, move forward towards the desert altar. Swarm the shit out of it, unless it's very well defended. If so, then you skip it. Just move straight past it. If you can take it, great. If not, pass it. Move forward and come in over here. You're to act as field support, and this is an infantry rally, so all the infantry queues available will be used priority to reinforce the rally. So do everything you can to keep those out of combat initially, so we can just keep reinforcing. At the same time as this happens, so this will be, I'm saying we're doing this move when the rally launches, more or less. By the time we get here, the rally is released. It's a 1-minute counter. As you're moving in, the rally's moving up, the rally launches, yellow team move forward. You move in from the side with your 20 T5 queues, and you kill the shit out of that structure. Of course, I want your infantry to try and reinforce the structure, but reinforce the rally, but priority is to swarm, kill cities, kill players, everything you can see. I don't care if you wipe, just smash the shit out of everything so we pull attention away from the rally. This is your main task, because we're grabbing that obelisk, and once it's taken, we will also reinforce it. I forgot to say that once my rally launches, we will have a garrison set in this one. So all in all, we're gonna have a pincher on 3 points, which is a military strategy move, coming in here and hitting it from all sides. I don't think I've ever seen anyone move troops towards the obelisk this route. They're either coming here or here. I've never seen anyone come straight from behind, which means they will have no way to get to the obelisk without getting into a massive combat. This is the way we're going to do it, or we hope to do it. Everything, of course, depends on the rally being able to launch. If not, keep your defensive positions until I let you know. I'm going to launch the rally. Rally is up. All right, move. Rally's launching. Move. Okay. Aside from this, we keep it a bit flexible. We make some kind of autonomy here, so the group leaders will by themselves decide. We might have to, assist the Ark by doing the move we said over here, by rallying between the obelisks, rallying a city, that kind of stuff. But as soon as we have this obelisk under control, the assault team is to assist our other teams as much as we can. This is now the new forward base of operation. We'll teleport in as much as we can, and then we'll basically start to rally from behind. Now rally up behind them, kill everything we can. Spare units move in here to support when needed, and lock down this whole area in between our controlled areas. So basically anything here is considered hostile, and we're going to rally everything we can, every city we can, and we're going to act with field support as much as we can. Of course, priority is to clear any cities sitting around over here so they can't rally in behind us and take our obelisk or anything like that. But priority is to move up and set up a new defensive perimeter from which we can act. So the new defensive perimeter is obviously this zone. On the top side, you're hopefully going back and forth. Of course, if you see an opportunity to expand the defensive perimeter to, for example, this line, take it. Just bear in mind, and this is more directed to the group leader, that if you only take this one, if you only take the Shrine of War here, and didn't put up this defensive line, if you couldn't take both and hold them, then you have all of a sudden created 3 weak points instead of 2 that you have to defend, right? So advance on a 2 front. Advance with the units that are garrisoned or stationed as defense over here. And probably time it with a rally coming out from the back. I think that's the plan in general. I might have missed something, but this is the initial strategy, how we want to do things, and then, as always, taking the Ark, protecting it, and bit by bit pushing them down towards the spawning grounds. Finally, this once we get down there, we prioritize who has 10,000 points, who needs 10,000 points, and we try to be fair and square. I know a lot of people want to break the record and whatever, but the main objective here is to get as many people as possible to get their rewards. So if you got your 10,000 points, courtesy would be to, instead of standing over here with everyone else, trying to pick a fight, try to, build up some kind of secondary defensive line. Of course, we don't want to let them out because we're being nice to our teammates, but let them in there and just kill anything that goes out. Create some kind of a boxing circle, and then your teammates can walk up all the way to the gate and get their points. Yeah, that's the plan in full. So I'm gonna save this one and upload it, and then I'll see you all on Sunday. Thank you.